involve Kenya more into these kinds of research. Yeah. That's the conclusion that you
In Kenya, what we're seeing, which is really devastating hippos, is overgrazing of the pastures where the hippos need to go. If you go to Nairobi National Park, you'll find all the area near the hippo pools areas are overgrazed. It's not by hippos, it's actually by livestock. So what we're seeing is the food for the hippos has been completely eliminated and the hippos are dying of starvation. And this has happened in Tsavo West National Park. In 2009, we lost all of our hippos inside the Mzima Springs. At night, hippos graze on land, but in the daytime, they have to be in water. They're very sensitive to the sun. And so when their lakes and rivers dry up, they've got nowhere to go. I guess in response to the droughts, climate change induced droughts, which are happening across Africa right now, it means that people are bringing their livestock into protected areas, conservancies, national parks and reserves, and they're competing with the animals like hippos. And these poor animals don't have any other source of food. They literally will die of starvation.
Now, when there becomes an imbalance between nitrogen, phosphorus, and silica, then other algae take over the competition between the diatoms and the other algae, and then we lose the diatoms as a dominant species, and then we lose also the functions these diatoms have in the ecosystem.
And that's why we see fish dying. Sometimes you hear in Lake Naivasha of fish floating to the surface because they die. There's not enough oxygen. And this is why, because the algae replaces the diatoms, which actually are a very important part of that ecosystem. So this is a really interesting study that has uncovered a mystery that I think everybody knew hippos are important. They didn't know this particular really interesting story behind why hippos are so important. There's been many cases of people killed by hippos, and this means people don't like to tolerate hippos. They will often kill hippos. It's been in the press in Kenya quite a lot. We've seen many instances of local people calling the Kenya Wildlife Service to come and kill hippos because they feel like their lives are endangered.